smoke along with us. I mean, God, this is a weed show.
Nakia, do you know what you're going to be for Halloween?
Black.
She's feeling a little bit nippy, though.
Must have sold a lot of weed at Gonzaga.
I did sell a lot of weed at Gonzaga.
Boom, bop, boom, tang.
Hey everybody, this is Random Vaughn with Danks Wonder Emporium, and you guys are watching the Chronicast, and I have no idea what number it is. I got my raspy voice here today, but I'm back from the holiday. Damn, man, how did your Thanksgiving go?
My Thanksgiving was fantastic. I was
You eating the turkey?
Oh, yeah, it was good. It was cooked by not my family, so you know.
There was a little bit of throwing on the bus. You're like, oh, dude, I did not want to eat my family's turkey.
It's just a tradition of kind of you just getting abducted and transported to like some abstract like family friend's house, you know.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's how you do it?
Oh, yeah. That's what I was doing.
That's cool. Anyways, we'll get more into that. Guys, once again, you're watching the Chronicast. We're going to be smoking on everything the cannabis industry in Washington has to offer. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Periscope, LiveMe, and now Twitch. So, guys, hit us up with your comments. Give us those hearts. Do all that kind of stuff. We're just going to be rocking out. Today, got to give a big shout-out to, and it's on the product camera, but it's right here. It is Lost Lake Gardens. Got a couple different strains and some pre-rolls. So, man, we are going to smoke tough. I'm here to tell you.
Burn it down.
And so, but the big thing that I really appreciate you coming on the show because you're representing Cannafinder, and I know that there are definitely people that watch the show that don't know what Cannafinder is. So let's just start there. What is Cannafinder?
So Cannafinder is a mobile app that seeks to connect every level of the industry, from all the way to the top, like we're talking machinery, big level tier 3 producers, all the way to the everyday consumer, and kind of open up that line of communication. And we also do marketing and a lot of great parties lately that I hope that you'll hear more about. And we've been bringing our mobile smoke lounge. It's a bus that's been all tricked out to meet your smoking needs with a dab bar and all that stuff. And we've just been bringing it around with food trucks, so you don't have to wait to get home to smoke. You can just pop right outside the dispensary and, you know, get it going.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So is that in any way connected to like the I want to say the Cannabis, that's with like Levi and that kind of stuff, or do you guys totally separate, have your own
We're totally
bus?
separate.
Like,
yeah,
no
we've got
connection
our own goals and drives, and we're looking to really make an impact.
That's cool. And is Cannafinder local to Washington, or where is it based?
Oh, yeah, so Cannafinder is right there in South Seattle, like South Center, Tukwila area.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, that's just where we kick it most days.
That's cool.
But we do a lot of traveling. We've been pretty much everywhere in the state. We've been to Boston, California, and scattered spots in between, and we've really been trying to touch base with everyone. We got a lot of stores interested, and you know, we're just trying to get everybody in one place and try to go from there and see what works best.
When did you guys launch?
Oh, just recently, really. I mean, I've only been working there for coming up on a year.
Okay.
But, you know, it wasn't too much longer before that. We're still fresh, you know, and we kind of debuted at last year's Cannacon. And
that's what I remember.
Yeah, and we got a massive booth this year, so you can't miss us this year if you're coming to Cannacon.
Yeah, Cannacon's January?
I think it's like I'm bad with dates. I think it's like a February-ish date.
Something right
yeah.
there. Yeah.
It's supposed to be in the convention center, though. It should be dope.
Yeah, yeah. It's been in the convention center the last 2-3 years, and before that
it was
at
down at like the dock or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this, I guess, is in the actual city.
Oh, they moved us into the convention center this year?
Like the legit one, yeah.
Ooh, nice. Oh,
Yeah.
that'll be fun. Okay, well, man, dude, this is the Chronicast.
Thanks for that shout-out. Let's get burning, dude.
Yeah, exactly. we gotta get to the smoking. I'm also peeking out like a motherfucker in the mic right now. So hopefully that audio is sounding better for you guys.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, back to Lost Lake Gardens. I got one up on the product cam. I got Secret Squirrel, so I'm going to switch out the Secret Squirrel reel here.
You have to whisper it. It's a secret.
It's a Secret Squirrel. It's a Secret Squirrel. And then we got the Fruity Pebbles. Let me pass the Fruity Pebbles on down to you, man.
Wow.
Why don't you tell me the test results on that bad boy?
Well, for the Fruity Pebbles, we have 23.28% THC and just a dash of 0.11% CBD.
I'm just going to let you know, people are going to start to think that this is a real show with that radio voice you
Oh,
got.
yeah.
My
I was
God,
just trying to speak with diction.
Yeah. And I'm going to read these words.
This is Barry White. And we're on the Chronicast, baby. Gonna lay you down by the fire.
So what was the test? I didn't even hear the test results at all.
So it's 23.28% THC,
Okay,
and then
that's-
0.11 CBD.
Okay.
And it's hybrid, Fruity Pebbles.
Of course.
And it says pesticide free, and it's
We
down to
always
party.
we always like anything. So in your opinion, let's crack that open. Don't waste no time. And if you need my heavy
This
duty
looks pretty
DeWalt
accessible.
scissors here, but yeah, that's actually doing pretty good. So as you're cracking that one open, I'm just going to throw it out there on the packaging. It is a bag. It's all black. It is a custom bag. So they actually chose to go with black and then just print on it. I have to admit, man, I'm not a big fan of the black bags. I'm not a fan of bags in general. Yeah, so I hear that. So on these bags, and then we'll obviously rate the packaging on the pre-rolls later. On the bags, what would you give this in packaging 1 out of 5 stars?
Oh, I opened it by accident. Well, I mean, it's in a bag, so it obviously can't hit 5 stars.
Yeah, no.
It's not like like suction cupped in there like a lot of packages are.
It kind of, I'll be honest, it feels like, I'm just going to show this. I don't know if you guys can see this. If you look at that from the side, and I'll even do it on the Prod Cam, this has nitrogen in it. I think that they either have one of those new autogrammers that puts the nitrogen in it, or they're just doing it by hand. I don't know which one, but that I'm going to give it some extra points for.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big thing of dude, nitrogen is huge. It's very important, and it really, people don't understand that, you put nitrogen in that, the born on, the harvest date doesn't mean anything. That's what means something. So, for them doing that at the price point, these guys, $9 a gram out the door. If we carried it here, we do not carry this right now. We are reviewing this, giving our opinion, seeing if we're going to pick these guys up. So heads up, all you awesome viewers out there, if you are watching this, we do not currently carry Lost Lake Gardens. We are reviewing to see if we're going to pick them up and carry them. Right now, $9 a gram out the door is starting to become more of a top shelf price. That's just with
not in my world.
Okay.
I wish.
Yeah. So literally the top shelf, the brand top shelf, moved their price down, and now they're on a mid shelf. And so it's just like that, dude, that people want to grab that market share, so they move that price down. But anyway, but let's crack this open. Let's get a whiff of it. Tell me what's
I get the honors.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it, while you're doing that, I'm gonna give it 3. I'm gonna give it a 3.5 stars because of the nitrogen on the packaging, and a good 3 of that 3.5 stars is coming because of the nitrogen. I'm not a fan of the black. I think that would get lost on the shelf, and I don't really even understand why they would choose that kind of font, because it's hard to read on what's your brand?
Yeah.
Lost Lake.
It looks like
the S turns into basically a 9. But I'm very, you got to realize that you're marketing to a very wide demographic of people with weed. And so I like making things easy for people to read and that kind of stuff, just from when we've seen why people glance over stuff on the shelves. When you've gone around to different shops and visiting stuff with the bus, and you go in and you're buying from these shops, just as a personal consumer, what catches your eye? What do you like to kind of gravitate towards?
Well, always jars, almost. I'm willing to compromise for just something that looks insanely terpy or crystally, or just a beautiful just
purple
super exotic, and you just they only make bags, and it's am I gonna not smoke it, or am I gonna just put it in a jar when I get home? Yeah. But it depends. There's 2 ways to look at this, I feel. I mean, I agree with the font. It kind of looks like one of those roller coaster parks that convert to a Halloween one for the winter.
It's now Halloween at
Ghost Coaster.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
But it's got room to roam around, so that you might say that that's good, but you might also say that it has room to get knocked around and lose some trichomes. So I'm not really sure, but I'm definitely anxious to smell this if I can get my nose in there.
Yeah.
It's really fragrant and sweet.
This guy.
Yeah, give it a rock. I usually like to lay in there a little deeper, but I want to share. But it's definitely sweet and fragrant. It
is a
couple earth tones.
It's definitely an aired out nug. I'll throw that on the Prod Cam.
That's kind of with the nitrogen though.
This nug it looks like it was grown with. It looks indoor with some heat, because normally you wouldn't get a nug that airy outdoors. So I'm going.
That's most definitely hydro.
John, I don't know if you're getting that on the product cam, but I'm trying to get you a good shot of the actual on this nug so you can see just how
It's so uniform
fluffy.
too.
Yeah, that kind of a fluffy. Let me pass that back over to you, my man.
Thanks.
And
I'll never be mad about that.
So what is this necklace you got on? Do you know who made that? Is it Burning Man? What is it?
Well,
what are we doing
okay.
here?
Well, actually, it's the first custom piece I actually had made. It's actually a plug, like an electrical socket. Because I like to think I'm some sort of plug, you know.
Nice.
Yeah, especially just being a part of the industry and just how welcoming everyone is. You know, you feel connected just as a part. So it's just kind of fun. It was made by Just Do It Glass on Instagram. If you want to get one made, it's got a nice opal coin
Nice
in the
little
middle.
shout out to Just Do It.
Just do it, baby.
That's cool. I like
yeah.
it. So on that nose, what are you getting? Are you getting, is it piney? Is it fruity? Is it, I mean, it is Fruity Pebbles. I got a little bit of fruity. I didn't get a lot, I'll be honest.
Yeah, it's more like an aromatic, like floral quality, but it's rooted in kind of that dank, cushy musk, just to a degree. But it's really heavy. It's a little bit grassy too. I think it'll probably reveal itself a little bit more in the in the smoke. You know, yeah, and when you snap it, for sure.
Oh wow, the pebbles.
Yeah,
Comes
it
out.
unleashes.
Yeah, here, you got to get a crack on that because I definitely got all pebbles.
I
when
love
that
a
thing
good
cracked.
crack.
There's that crack.
That's when the stank comes out.
We really just need to do like John. We should do a cut of like the 180 plus episodes of just every crack, just crack,
and then just people's eyes as they roll back, like
This is like,
man. It doesn't look as pretty now.
No, we made that. No, so let's load up a pipe or a bong and let's start smoking.
Do we
on
grind
this.
out here?
You can grind it out, or you can just do it with your hands. I'll be honest, we're pretty chill. We just get that nug on in there and start smoking on it. So, guys, you are watching the Chronicast by Danks Wonder Emporium. We are the large retailer down in Olympia, Washington. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Every day we go live at 4:20, Monday through Friday. Obviously, we got to take a couple days off because of the Thanksgiving holiday, but we are back, and we'll be back all the time. Also, big shout-out. We did just get a partnership with Dank, our Dank Network sister company with leafbuyer.com, so be sure to be checking out a lot more content going up over there. We're trying to not bombard this YouTube channel, and so lots of educational, lots of news videos going up and going to be going up on the daily. Dude, don't delay on me, man. Let's spark this this and start talking about it.
We're in this together, man.
Dude,
you know?
let's do it. So on the nose, what would you have given it? I'm giving it, because it was so light, I'm giving it 2 stars. On the nose, I was really expecting a lot more coming off of that, being nitrogen-filled, being an indoor grow.
Do we have the harvest date?
Oh, let me check. Here, set that on down. Also, we always like to smoke it out of the pipe and out of the bong just so we can compare terpene profiles.
Yeah.
You can use either one, man.
I should have been getting to more work than I was doing.
It's all good. So I don't got any terpene profile or stats on these test results.
Still pretty rare.
Yeah, some companies are doing it. I'm actually seeing that more companies that were doing it are going away from it simply because of a cost perspective. You know, as you know, the general consumer, I think what most producer processors don't realize is how price conscientious the general cannabis consumer is. And people can say that it's just people all want cheap weed, and I disagree. I think what is happening is that the quality of lower price weed has been going up. And so then that makes it where you don't really see the benefit of paying that extra money if the quality's already so good at the lower price stuff.
To torch this?
Dude.
Like, do you use your bong and I use mine, or sharing caring?
Oh, sharing caring, man.
Okay,
but like
cool.
the one thing is I'll be honest, when I'm trying to do the show, I'm trying to keep us on track, and if I start smoking, man, this show gets way
so
off.
like I'm the one smoking.
You're the one smoking, man.
Oh, yeah. Okay, man. I was all worried about how you're doing.
No, yeah, I gotta do all.
Okay, I'll just party down,
dude,
man.
Let's do this. That's the whole thing. So plenty of smoke, and we're going to really rock this. Guys, I really hope you're smoking along with us. I do apologize for my scratchy voice on today's episode. Obviously, I'm on the way up, I guess you would call it, on the cold front, but we'll be figuring that out. So talk to me about the terpenes coming off this guy. Was it better out of the bong or out of the pipe?
You know, I really don't want to say, but it was better out of the bong, but that might have just been because I ripped it a lot harder.
Oh, okay.
So let me just take a quick torch of this one.
Yeah, let's do this.
I annihilated that.
Okay. But the question is also like, describe to me what it tasted like.
That's my whole thing.
Exactly.
Okay, so it almost kind of has like kind of like a cheminess on like a lemon spectrum. Like when you really rip it, I swear that's what that's kind of like that weird reserved fruitiness kind of like morphs into.
Gotcha.
But it could have just been like a little bit of pine, like just the pine interacting with the fruit in a weird way to kind of come off as citrus.
Okay.
But it's definitely like it's definitely like fresh and foresty, a little bit of earthiness. It's definitely a rocket. Like it feels like sativa, and it doesn't hold back. Like there's no, it's not a creeper, in other words.
Gotcha.
Like it'll hit you right away. It's definitely sativa dominant as far as this phenotype.
Okay, so we're gonna get into the effects, and I like to, if they're a little bit of a creeper, like what I want to do.
Oh, my bad, man.
No, dude, it's
jumping the gun.
No, not at all. Like the thing is we want to. That's what people love about the show is we talk about all aspects of it. So just give me a rating on 1 out of 5 stars for the flavor.
Man, it's like it was a true story of redemption.
So there you go.
You said out of 5?
Yeah.
I'll give it a 4.
Ooh, that's actually impressive considering coming off the nose. I gave the nose a 2. What would you have just given the nose?
Oh, are we counting squeeze? Like the cracking of the nugs?
Well, yeah, you can if once you crack it, you can still give it a little bit. I was
a little indifferent. I'll give it a 3.
Okay, I can see that. I mean, it really needed that crack, I would say that. Like, it really did kind of redeem itself on that crack. Maybe I'd give it 2.5.
That's why I asked about the harvest. I thought maybe, a lot of people just kind of push it to get it out the door. And, so a lot of times stuff needs a couple more weeks.
Okay, the harvest date, I did miss that earlier. I apologize. My eyes.
Cool, dude.
9/26/17. So it had plenty of time to cure.
I still think that's really recent.
It is recent, but dude, people like care so much about like they don't want old harvest days.
I like a little bit of stanky danky.
I agree with you, man. It's just the general like that's why everybody's now rushing stuff is because people literally want to be like, oh, this was harvested last week. They literally want that. They want it like fresh.
It's not good for me.
Yeah. So hey, maybe that's why people watch this show. They get educated, all that good stuff. But I don't even understand why we have harvest dates on weed. Like what? How is that a beneficial information than to create an arbitrary number that does not in any way determine quality or that kind of stuff? I could see when you go, well, hey, if someone's selling something that's 2 years old and you don't know it,
right?
Like that's not cool. So I can understand that. Like at least you should be telling people. But there is no kind of standard of like this is when it should be. Like you don't buy a banana. There's no harvest date on a banana. And I'm just letting you know I'd kind of feel better. Like that's something. And the reason is
you got me thinking.
Do you know most apples when you buy them at a grocery store are 11 to 12 months old? Minimum.
Nah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Look
how about
up.
These apples?
Exactly. So if the apples like that's just like anyways. So I know our industry is still figuring things out and dealing with crazy laws that just some politicians like we should be putting born on dates. That's what we're dealing with. But let's get to talking about some of these effects.
Sure.
I was going to say the nug structure on this definitely left something to be desired. I think that was the low point for me.
It's kind of lifeless.
Yeah. So I was going to say like 1.5 stars, 2 stars on the nug structure. You give it a 2. So I think that was the most disappointing. Everything else, I'm growing in love with this flower, simply based off the smoke and the smoothness. You haven't coughed once, and you're taking nice giant rips.
That's why they call me Cushman Bong Legs.
There you go. So how did you come, like, where did the Cushman Bong Legs come from?
I just was high and I made it up.
Okay, that's cool. And is that's your Instagram, or is that your...
It's kind of my pen name, because my main thing I do is I write strain reviews. Unlike what I've seen in the state, I haven't seen anyone that matches my passion for strains. It's called Toasted and Posted. Another thing I just was high and made up, but I really like it.
And is that like are you doing like a classic like WordPress blog? Are you doing a...
You hit the nail on the head.
Okay, cool.
I hate the word blog, but I guess that's what it is. But it's definitely on WordPress.
Gotcha.
Shout out WordPress for your
interface. Nice. How long you been doing that?
Actually just coming up on a year. I just paid my annual bill for it, and
My annual bill.
yeah. No, it's like
The
for
whole
for
$9,
the premium,
yeah,
whatever's.
blah, blah, blah.
You got to make it look pretty for the people.
Yeah.
And it's kind of just been a non-profit thing, but I've made some really cool friends that hooked me up with strains reviews, like local producers, and
Nice.
do some consulting here and there. So it's not directly lucrative, but I just love that.
You got to have a passion, man. That's awesome.
The only goal is to earn the respect of the people, so they trust my opinion as like a bud tender and a guide.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I think that's great. So, do you do that in any way, shape, or form in partnership with Cannafinder, or is it just kind of your own?
I mean,
side
we're
thing?
working on some things. We're still like kind of a fresh app, as we've already kind of like established. So
So
we got a lot of
Cannafinder is
moving
only
parts.
an app, right?
Currently, yes, but we got but we're throwing the parties and everything like that.
So those are, and just when you say parties, once again, we got to break this down for our audience who doesn't
yeah.
know anything. Those are primarily bud tender parties, right?
No,
No,
everybody's
it's
welcome.
these are just
This is
party-
for the people.
So talk to me about one of those parties. Where have you guys done these at?
Oh, most definitely. I got you.
Give me some info.
So,
and
I guess-
while you're doing that, I am going to break into the secret squirrel.
You got it. So the last thing I recall is the Halloween party at the Ballroom,
Nice.
which is a pretty happening place
Yeah,
in
the Ballroom's
Fremont.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we rented that whole place out. We had some of our local friends do some live rap performances, and we had drinks going all night.
You got to smell that. I'm not trying to interrupt you, man, but
it's all
dude, that
good.
thing is. Now that's what I'm talking about.
It's not a secret anymore.
I don't know. That. Oh, dude, I'm pulling this
yeah,
nug out.
yeah.
Okay, so you rented out the ballroom.
Oh yeah, and then we brought our famous bus, mobile smoke lounge by, so everyone could
so they didn't
blaze
let you
there.
smoke inside.
I mean, I think it was frowned upon, but
Yeah.
people look
Yeah,
left.
Oops. Yeah,
But
exactly.
I think
There's
everyone
some
had a
purple.
great time.
There's some purple coming out
Yeah.
on the secret squirrel. I don't know if you can get that, John. That'd be pretty tough to get in the light.
Man, you must have got all of it.
Yeah, I hear you on that. I said it was coming.
yeah,
let's switch.
I trade you, bro.
Okay, I think. Oh shit, I did get all of it.
You see what I'm saying? On the bottom, there's like one petal.
No, there's like no purple on this nug. That Doug literally did get all of it.
He slighted me.
Yeah,
He didn't like what I said about the numbers.
Yeah. Okay, so this secret squirrel is coming in at 18.5 THC and 0.1 CBD for an 18.94 total. So yeah, well, I say like you should definitely smoke the purple nug first. But same thing.
Same.
This is fluffy. I'm not a big fan of fluffy nugs. I always feel they burn a little quick. When I've been watching you pull, it felt like it burned a little quick on the last one.
Oh, that was definitely dried out.
Yeah, it was a quick burn. Anyways, I'm gonna crack this and get to because we still. Oh, dude, weird. I got almost the same nose. There it is. Wow, you need to crack this nug.
Okay, you got it.
This smell is really hard to place. The ending nodes are like I want to call fresh, but it is. Ah, dude, it is. It is good. I really wonder what's going to come through on that when you smoke it. I'm literally searching for the words. Everybody who's watching, I'm searching for the words of what it actually is because it's not. I'm not getting berries.
No, it's like sweet and syrupy.
Yeah.
It's not berry though. It's
No.
like rooted in forest. It's definitely very.
Yeah, but
earthy.
it's not a sugar. I'm not getting the sugar.
It's not sugary. It's like kind of like just like tree sap.
I like
It's
it how
like,
do we literally like you have some leaf on your nose. I probably have leaf all of in my beard.
Good, I wanted
Dude,
to stay there forever.
This is we're rocking this out. Even if you guys can see John behind the camera, we are pulling November strong as we come to the close here. Obviously, growing this thing out for a good cause, and I'm definitely shaving it tomorrow. So I hope we raised a lot of money for the cancer, and let's all beat the Cancer for Men November status. Have you ever grown yours out just like crazy thick for the November? What is it, Beard November, whatever they call it?
Yeah, no shave November.
Yeah, no shave November. Thank you.
Yeah, no, it kind of drives me crazy.
Yeah,
I don't see how
dying
people
right
do
here.
it.
I'm dying right here.
I do get points where I'm high enough, and I'm like, I'm just gonna get it all lasered off. It'll be done.
It'll be done.
I'll get a design like Riff Raff or something. I'll be like that forever.
There you go.
You know, so, but anyway, this does smell amazing. Let me crack it. I was waiting.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
letting, because I want to go in hot. You know, it's almost reminiscent, like, of cherry pie in a weird way.
Oh, you know what's weird that you mentioned that? You're talking about cherry pie, the strain.
Yes.
Yes. I definitely I agree with that. That it kind of has that. I wasn't getting that at first. If you had like a real old school cherry pie, especially in concentrates, that's what this
It's even
smells
got
like.
a touch of that gassiness to it, almost a little bit. Like not.
I think your nuggets got more gas. I got no.
I'm sorry, dude. This thing, I feel bad if I hand this to you. It's so
Don't-
pulverized.
It's all good. Let's load these up. Obviously, clean those ones out if you need to.
I
Here's
got
a
to.
different one.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
I like this bong though. This one chugs.
Yeah, that one's a fun little one.
That's the chugger.
I think I don't know if that's the name for that one. This is Bon Jovi, and I guess we'll rename that one the Chugger.
Can you give me the chug boat?
The one.
Like a tugboat?
John's chiming in here on the show right now, trying to remember the name. You're going to be hearing weird talking. Oh yeah, dude. No, I have no
It's
idea.
Systemic. Is that a band?
No, I have no idea. But I like Chugger. We can rename it. I'm totally down with that.
Yeah.
So guys, just so you know, Green, if you're just tuning in, we are smoking on Secret Squirrel. Big shout out to Lost Lake Gardens. We are reviewing their stuff, seeing if we're going to pick this up. Obviously, this is a Chronicast. I don't know what the number is. I'm coming back from the Black Friday apocalypse crazy, and we're getting back going with the show. So taking some rips here for the first time of the Secret Squirrel.
It's a secret.
It's a secret. And going to be telling you guys what we think about it. The nug structure still to me is a 2 at best because it just seems like it had way too much heat when being grown. The fact that it was harvested in and around September makes me feel like this thing was definitely maybe there were some AC problems going through those hot summer months. It's been burning a little quick. I'm even watching it right now that it feels like it's burning a little quick, but it is smooth, and that is what is nice.
Yeah, it has a weird aftertaste.
Oh, tell me about this.
No es bueno. It's I don't know, man. It's kind of nudie. Like, you know, like something wasn't fully flushed, kind of.
Yeah.
It's
Does
weird.
it burn it all down the little back of the throat? Is that like?
I mean, I don't know. Personally, I'm kind of past the point of that. Like, that's kind of why I don't cough and stuff. Like, I'm kind of just like numb back there. Like, I can smoke forever.
Nice. Dude, they're definitely. We even have Budtenders that like every time they're just coughing.
Yeah,
like,
no,
I
I kind of wish. Like, I see the people that get like smoke like an eighth and then last them 2 weeks. You know, and they're just like they smoke half a bowl and they're just like, dude, Call of Duty 4 hours, and I'm just like.
Wow.
I'm like, I just took a dab to go to work.
Well, you do work at Cannafinder. Come on now.
Yeah. Computer's hard on the eyes.
Yeah,
got
exactly.
a doctor's note.
So do you actually do any of this coding for this app, or is that what you're doing?
I'm kind of a social media marketing guy,
Gotcha.
and I try to be malleable.
How
do
many
whatever.
downloads do you guys have of the app now?
Pardon me?
How do you know how many downloads? That's always the big thing with apps. I don't know anything about apps. But
Yeah.
like, that always seems like the thing they do in the movies where it's like,
I know we have a good number,
We
but
hit this many downloads, and we need this many downloads.
I'd be grasping at straws if I threw out a number.
Just
But I
throw it out.
know we have a relatively
I'm
impressive
going to look it up.
number.
I'm going to go in here. Well, obviously, it's probably, is it on Android and Apple?
It is.
Okay, I'm just going to check it then. But anyway, so you thought it was a little, and when you say nudie, for the layman watching the show, you mean that there was, like, it felt like there was nutrients still in it, that it wasn't flushed properly?
Well, I actually remembered. Do you have an Android phone?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then actually you won't be able to find it recently because it was just, you know how things are with cannabis technologies. They're occasionally harassed by the platforms.
Oh, yeah.
So it was taken down once before.
Are you
was just
serious?
bumped. Yeah, it was recently just bumped off. It's just one of the games you have to play is like a cannabis technology. Especially with competing ones, because I think there's a little like mischievous play where people report each other, you know.
Oh, totally, dude. If I had an app and I could bump
disappear, you know.
Yeah. Oh God, how many Instagrams?
It's the government.
Dude,
Call
the number
Alex Jones.
of Instagrams that we've lost, I can't even begin to say that. So yeah, it's not on Android right now, but it's still up on Apple.
Yes, it totally is.
Cool.
Yeah, and it's free to download. Come join the party. It's as store locator, a social media aspect. Come connect with all your friends.
I know our store's on there.
Yeah, and we just got to get you active again and get you partying with us and get the bus here. And
that is the one thing we want. The bus here.
We'll get a smoke party happening here at the Wonder Emporium.
Exactly.
And,
I'm down.
That's all it'll be. And we'll just go from there, huh?
Yeah, exactly. We do that in connection with the Chronicast. We could have a crazy day.
Oh, I think we'll have a lot of crazy times.
Yeah, let's do that around Christmas and have some bunch of fun. So, getting back to this Secret Garden, you weren't a fan of the flavor. What would you give the flavor on the Secret Squirrel? Wow, I literally said Secret Garden. It's Lost Lake Gardens of the Secret Squirrel.
Well, I don't know, man.
You're definitely not rushing. You're definitely not rushing to smoke any out of the pipe. You're definitely, you said no bueno. This feels like it's almost a puff pass to you just based off the flavor.
I actually didn't even smoke it out of the pipe, so let me give it a fair shot. And also, the chunk I had is almost already gone, so I'd argue I'd smoked somehow a lot more of it. I don't know how.
No, I think you're missing this nug, because this was the green nug. You had the purple nug. So.
Yeah, actually, instead of an afterbite, it's the first thing when you smoke it out of the bowl.
It's just.
You get like a neutered version of what we smelled, but it's like it's kind of sweet. It's kind of just like a paved, like.
Wow, dude, what I'm getting right here is, like, when you said the word no bueno, you hit this nail on the head. Yeah. Like, the other one smelled good. This is no.
Yeah, I was ready to be like, because knowing that we were going to recommend this whether or not for the shop, I was going to be like, oh, well, if it's anything like that first one, then they might be looking good at $9 a G.
Yeah.
But you can't be hitting and missing at $9 a G. People get mad.
Yep.
Sometimes it's just a little bit of weed that people can take home, and it's like, if they hit or miss on it, they're going to hold that against you and your bud tender,
Amen.
Yeah.
Like, what they want to do is always come and be like, oh, that bud tender always gets me the good stuff.
That's right.
That's what they want. They don't want to be like,
That's who I try to be.
So I'm just letting you know, it doesn't even matter that's $9 a gram. This off of the smoke and the flavor is a puff pass, and it's coming in at 18%, and like that would already be a tough one. You'd have to upsell people for an 18%, or it's just a fact nowadays. Yeah, people all want like 25. No, I don't smoke anything below 30%. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at it, but it's still a challenge.
Yeah, definitely.
I just have to be willing to understand the terms.
Yep. So I'm going to show these pre-rolls because we can jump in on these.
Let's do it.
I've got one that is 24K for the 24 gold, I believe is what they're going for on the name there, 24 carat. And then I have, we've never seen this before. And you said it, I thought it was the best. A DAC will do you.
A DAC will do. Call me Count Adacula.
Call me Count Adacula. So whatever that is, whatever the parent genetics are, we are at a loss, guys.
It's dope.
It says it's a Dutch mix.
It's lit.
So, anyways, which one do you want to do first, my man? Do we want to do the 24 carat, or do we want to do the DAC?
I'm very familiar with 24K.
Cool.
It's really just another name for kosher tangy. So, we can rock that, but, I want to finish on a strong note, so I really hope that the other one holds up.
Okay. I'm just popping a pop top, if I can actually get it. God darn it.
Am I chief in this one? Or?
Ooh. That's a little different. Ooh, I've got one that's kind of the more the raw, and then one that's bleached. Huh, that's interesting. Let me pass those over to you. I'm going to get you some test results on the DAC, however you want to say it. It's coming in at a total of 28.5% THC. Harvest date, here we go for you, my man. 7/7/17, if you like any lucky numbers. That's a fun one. Obviously working hard. So this is going to be fun. I'm going to like this one. I don't know what I really wish I knew what a DAC mix meant. And
I'm going to become Count Adacula.
Oh my God, let's do this. Okay, so I'm just seeing they did that on both of these. Oh my God, I'm going to open this up just because we're smoking on you're smoking on both of those. Those ones, classic cones, and I'm actually going to say this, 99.9% of all pre-rolls sold are cones nowadays because they have the machines and blah, 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 blah.
That's all I really know how to roll these days anyway.
The this guy, you're not going to believe this. Check that out. Classic.
Oh,
as I would say, medical. Look, this is what's hard. It's got the
like
little.
hand
It's got,
rolled.
yeah, exactly. It's got the little rock crutch in there. I don't know if you guys could ever see that, but if you could, you actually are looking through on it. It's got that in there. This one's got a white one. Yeah, we had. Do you want to hear something crazy? We had guys do this kind of hand rolled, and they were out the door at our shop for $1. And we were like, they just showed, we thought they were all going to be cones. And they showed up like this. And we were like, what? And dude, they, like, people bought 20 at a time.
Yeah.
It was like.
Experienced smokers know that's a good joint.
Yeah, exactly. Because, like, dude, you can see that.
Yeah.
So talk to me about the Adaka. Dude, I'm not even saying Adak. Aka. Like, yeah, who knows how to say this word?
It's like the name of your guide when you're like traveling.
You're like, Adaka.
I don't know. That sounds like a Star Wars creature.
Yeah, there you go. So,
well, anyway, about this, it burns really well. Oh man, I don't mean to ash on your nice table.
There's a couple.
Yeah,
ashtrays.
it was unintentional. It's the chopstick consequence. I'll hold them separate.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, no.
Move the ashtray to wherever you need, man. It's no sweat.
Yeah, that's probably a smart thing. Okay, so anyway, without further ado, anyway, you know, I think with the dryness, it works in the favor of the pre-roll because it kind of forces it to
Does this one look
burn
infused
evenly.
at all? Like, is that shinier than it?
I think it's just the resin dripping. What's the percentage on this again?
28.5.
I mean, that's enough to see some resin dripping for sure. I was smoking a joint earlier, like 21%, and it was totally like dripping.
Yeah,
so these, you know, a DAC will get you. You know, it doesn't really taste like much. It's some nice, clean, smooth smoke. You know, it's a little.
Any flavor? Because I'm not getting anything coming off of that.
It gets a little. It doesn't have flavor. It's like almost like flavor in the way that like a cigarette would be satisfying, kind of in the way like it's just like kind of harsh and just like clean, like and consistent in that harshness. But you know, other than that, it's not really much. But you know, I think it's kind of high. But I'm also smoking two at once. So
let me ask you this question, because I mean it's being sold as two as one, so I got no problem that you smoking both of them at once. Are you a 0.5, a 0.75, or a 1 gram cone man?
Depends who it's from, but you know, I would go with a gram, man.
Like, so that's the thing is like we've noticed that a lot of people have been moving away from the 0.5s, like literally entirely.
I never started there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah. I don't even remember when we were doing pre-rolls. I think we weighed them all to a gram. I think we just hand rolled everything to a gram. I was just back in the dude. John. I hope you're getting this on video and not on me talking, because this is just awesome. Like, I gotta say, man, I gotta give 4 stars either A, just for how you're smoking these two, or that these are some good fucking joints. Because I'm just loving the action on this.
It's pretty fun. I like doing it.
Yeah. So once again, give me the shout out to what is your blog so people can come follow you and your strangers, because we do a whole bunch of them, but we love other people and hearing other people's opinions.
Yeah, I do Toasted and Posted. I'm always down to collaborate. Like I said, I'm a year old. I'm just a baby, and I just do it for the love of spreading knowledge and educating the community, and you know, gaining a little clout on the side. So you know, yeah, I'm happy to share whatever.
Oh, thanks. Did you come down from Tequila?
I drove all the way from South Center.
Nice, man. Well, thanks for coming down.
And I was still 40 minutes early.
No, yeah, dude, you were early.
That's
so
the Can Finder promise.
Dude, we're stoners. Do not make that promise.
I do though. I'm good about it.
Are you on time?
About it. I'm all
your weed bus shows up on time.
Oh hell yeah,
dude. We hired the guys from Stacked. I don't know if you've ever had that food truck. We hired, and they literally didn't show up with their bus. And we're like, dude, no, it's a food truck. Like, you need to show up with the truck. They're like, oh yeah, dude, we don't got the truck.
We just got the food.
Yeah, I was
you
like,
just
no.
have like paper bags?
No, dude, they literally showed up with a pop-up tent. And we were like, what are you talking about? That's not how it works. So, are you ready to get down on these?
Yeah, should I just kick these?
I would just kick them.
Kick it.
So, give me your opinion. These are going to be $6.50, somewhere around $6.75 if we carried them.
For the pack?
For the pack.
Oh, I'll tell you
so
what.
it's a pack for 1 gram.
Well, that puts it in perspective.
Yeah, and so the question is for you, again, those 2 little half grams, even though you smoked them both at once. Would you say that that is a buy, try, or a puff pass at that price point?
It's a daily driver. Like if you're just
driving,
you just want to get by with your day and just throw a little bit of money at something, I could see this as being a good solution.
Really?
But as far as like if you're terp chasing or you're really seeking a next level experience, this is not what you're seeking.
Yeah.
But if you just are a relative lightweight, and that could get you through a day of hard work, that's $6 ain't much out of your paycheck.
Yeah, I agree. I just, from the quality of it, like I feel that with Fat Panda basically doing that standard 5.
Oh, is that how much is Panda's at your price?
Yeah, they're $5.
Well, then,
that's tough.
Yeah, these are probably just going to sit in the bin then.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I didn't have that information.
Well, that's why we do all this stuff we talk about on the shows. We go,
taking
okay,
them
like,
out of business.
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, Panda's coming tough on that kind of stuff.
You know that.
So let me hand these ones out. Now this is something that people will see these ones. If this is the same price, I would be interested in this at $6.75. Now that with 2 little half grammers rolled I'm
gonna go with the
I think
bleach.
I think that's a win.
I'll tell you what, I can already tell at first glance the bud looks fresher.
Oh, significantly.
Like this is
It
actually
looks
green.
super nice.
Yeah.
This one's harvested on August 16th, 2017. I literally can't think of the last Chronicast episode I ever read off harvest dates, but just the nugs, the little baby popcorn nugs that look like they're packed in this. It doesn't have that blender ground kind of consistency that a lot of cones get for it to slide on down there and get packed in. So what are you thinking on the smoke of this 24 karat?
I can't tell if I like it because it's good or just because the other one was just so bad and it's by contrast.
That's the one thing about the Chronicast. This is what we get from drivers and growers and all that kind of stuff. They're like, you guys are brutally honest. And it's like, no, dude, it's just we do the show live and you can't fake it when you're smoking. Like, we're not that good at live.
That's how I write too.
Yeah,
Like, I'll give it to you, baby.
Yeah. I'm just like, we're just being like, this is what everybody thinks when they smoke your product. We had, I sat down at the interchange right after doing several Chronicasts and reviewing, just shockingly, quite a few of people's products. And I was like, well, man, the video's up and online. You can watch our opinion. We're honest about it. You can, that's everything you're going to need to know. We spent an hour talking about your guys' product. So obviously, once again, I'm giving a big shout out to Lost Lake Gardens and their products. And guys, thanks for doing a drop-off of vendor samples, seeing about getting in on our shelves. Just for the viewers out there, want to know your guys' opinions. Have you tried their stuff? Have you picked it up somewhere else? Are you a fan? Post in the comments down below. Obviously, this is a Chronicast. If you guys are new here, just tuning in, make sure to subscribe. We go live every day at 4:20. And if you want to know how to get on the show, it just takes 300 points in our store, and you can come be a guest on the show, smoke out with us, smoke as much as you possibly can in an hour. We have done crazy things like 10 grams of Killer Bee concentrates in one show. I know the guys from MR came strong with, I think, close to 14, 15. And we are
making me jealous.
Dude, we're trying to figure out when we're going to do the ounce show. We sit down with an ounce of weed and no one leaves until the ounce is gone. And I mean, all the way gone. There's nothing. It's like the Babe Blue 72-ounce steak kind of like you don't stand up until it's all gone.
I split an ounce of dabs with my buddy Brian once.
An ounce of dabs?
Yeah, it was like technically like 32 grams. Yeah, it was dope. It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube?
Yeah, no one can call me a liar. Yeah, it's between two buds. Yeah.
Nice, dude. So here's my thing. So we did like a show of breaking out the gravity bong.
Oh, I love grav bongs.
Yeah, and we've had a lot of people do gram dabs, and we used to do them back in our medical lounges. And what you'd find is a lot of people would let a lot of the smoke go the other way, like they're not pulling. And so I'm really thinking that from now on we're going to be doing gram dabs out of the gravity bong because it's like all the smoke's in it. And it's only going out one way.
One way out.
Yeah.
Through
and
you.
And so I think it's going to be like, no. If you want to do a gram dab, this is it, and you're making sure you get 100% of it. So that's kind of my thought. But anyways, so talk to me about this one. It's the 24 Karat by Lost Lake Gardens.
Tell you what, it starts out like significantly more like terpy.
Nice.
Like,
That's what I was hoping
at first. It hits a little bit. It barely hits the kosher. It's a little more on the tangy side of the spectrum. A little bit of that sweet, playful, like earthen, like citrus. You know.
Gotcha.
But as I smoked this, and it's almost gone now. Like just like a little bit before this, it got the resin just kind of turned to like kind of nasty.
Oh.
Kind of like resin. You know, like when you get some just resin in your mouth. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm sitting at right now. But at first it was pretty enjoyable, but I like how it burns and it's easy to smoke. So, like you said, I kind of put it at the same place as the other one. Like it was a little bit better because it like at least had terps and
Gotcha.
It looked a little fresher. But as far as like the rating, I'd kind of like give it the same scenario.
Okay,
If
gotcha.
you're just looking for a nice budget joint.
Do you want to start? I just want to get your opinion. Just spark the other one, just so I can know if it was similar to this or significantly different.
Don't
Just
gotta
gonna-
tell me twice.
Yeah, there we go. So man, as we're wrapping up this show, coming to the close, can you just give a big shout out on where people can find you, find Cannafinder, and find you on Instagram?
Yeah, so you can download CanFinder on the Apple Store, usually on the Android Store. It'll be back up shortly. The people are trying to keep us down, but we'll be back on there again. And we got Facebook pages, Instagram at the CanFinder app. I'm at Daddy Bonglegs. If you want to say hi to me, I'll hit you back. But yeah, man, we're just smoking strong, and we'll happily be anywhere that's willing to have us, to have a great time that's open to everybody, not just industry people.
Nice.
This is for everybody to get involved, and we host producers so people can come and ask those important questions and get more acquainted and feel more like that. Those people are more accessible.
Nice.
Yeah.
So if you had it where you had like multiple producers at one event,
Oh,
and they
most
kinda
certainly.
did-
At our ballroom thing, we had like Freddy's Fuego,
Okay.
like Stonehenge, you know, a couple extract companies and stuff. You know,
Nice.
Yeah, like we our reach is growing. You know, we're new, but you know, having friends like Danks and you know other dispensaries as well. You know, we're really starting to come together and host some really cool stuff.
Cool. That's
Yeah,
awesome, man.
so you know,
That's
cheers to the future.
awesome. Yeah, totally. So as we wrap up the show, guy, I hope you guys have been smoking along with us. We've obviously been live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Periscope, LiveMe, and Twitch. Guys, we appreciate you tuning in every day, and I do apologize for the voice. I'm Rand Vaughn with Danks Wonder Emporium. Wonder.
I haven't missed one.
Dude, nice. And so the question is on this: was this one of the hand rolled similar to the last one, or is this one of the two in the can better?
I don't know. This one got weird like almost immediately.
Almost immediately.
Yeah,
Man.
I'm not very forgiving right now.
Yeah, that's the thing. The show's brutally honest. So, Lost Lake Gardens, unfortunately, it looks like it's a puff of pass on both pre rolls. It has been. They had some very good points. When you cracked the nugs of the flower, they were great. Like I have to say, like that was where they really shine. That was that moment, and the smoothness on the smoke, on everything. I will definitely say the smoothness is an area they shine. But terps and the flavor through and through the nugs is where it kind of got a little rough. Yeah, but guys, obviously this comes down to your guys' opinion. We want to hear from you. I want to know what you guys think about Lost Lake Gardens, if you guys have smoked them, those kind of things. And so with that, man, I want to give you a big shout out. Thanks for coming on the show. Thanks for smoking
having me, man.
Yeah,
This
dude.
was fantastic.
Yeah, it's a fun time.
I like this.
Yeah. So, guys, we will be back tomorrow. Be sure to check us out. And as I said, be on the lookout for our new partnership with LeafBuyer.com via Dank Network. A lot of more content going up there for you guys. So you guys have an awesome day. And from all of us here at Danks Wonder Emporium, be sure to live higher.